Matt, what are we doing? Oh.
So, today, the two of you are going to...
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome back to your third favorite podcast. I'm JJ.
And I'm Josh, and today we have a very special episode for you. It is so special that not even JJ or I knows what's going to happen.
Yes.
The whole episode is a try hard, and
Yeah.
Matt has a surprise for us. He said it last season. He said, I have
This
an
was something
idea.
I wanted to do last season.
I have this idea I
And
really want
then,
to do.
since then, people have actually recommended and said, hey, they should do this. And
We already got waxed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's
it
not
wasn't-
waxing.
Yeah, we already did that. This try hard is for points. And
It
so
is.
just to do an update,
Quick little uppy.
3,450
34.50
for JJ, and an even 3K for your boy. So
It's literally still anybody's
it's
game.
anybody's game.
It depends what happens in today's tryhards, but it could be pretty even after today's tryhards.
How much is it worth today?
This is going to be worth 400 points.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure I can wait anymore. So, Matt, what are we doing?
All right, so first I'm going to place a chair and a microphone in between you guys. I'm not telling you why yet, but it is important for this segment. So just give me 1 second. We'll be right back.
And we're back from that brief intermission. Matt is going to be coming in just a moment. He's bringing in some kind of surprise, and we don't know what this is. So, Matt, off to you.
So today's tryhards is a surprise to Josh and JJ. They have no idea what they're about to do. And this is something that many people, when we were doing tryhards last season, suggested that we do. And so I heard it multiple times. So today for tryhards, the two of you are going to perform stand-up comedy, and whoever's funniest will receive a whopping 400 points.
Oh.
Now, if you're wondering how this will be judged, to judge who is the funniest, we have our very good friend, stand-up comedian Emily Browning is here to judge the contest.
Hey, buddies.
Oh my god.
Nice shirt.
Hey, thank you. I didn't even plan that.
Do you not? Oh
This
my
was a-
god.
And Josh even mentioned. Josh is like this.
I was like, is something alive out there? Because why would he just leave it?
The door was breathing and the dog was barking at me.
Okay.
What a rush.
Wow. What a
So
rush.
that's it. It's not a painful thing or anything. You guys are going to have to perform stand-up comedy. So here's how it works.
Oh, gosh.
I'm going to give you guys...
What? This is such a shock.
I'm going to give you guys
yeah.
15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay? You will have 15 minutes to prepare a 3-minute set.
Okay.
A 3-minute set, okay?
Wow, I'm so glad I don't have to perform.
Well, you're
All right.
You're gonna wrap it up.
You're a pro.
So you will have 15 minutes. It can be about whatever you want, whatever, anything that you like. Just Emily is going to judge who was the funniest.
Okay. All right.
And so in about 15 minutes or so, we're going to redecorate the set here. We're going to turn this into a comedy club, and you both are going to perform your sets, okay?
Oh my gosh, I can't
Okay.
wait. I'm so excited.
I'm so nervous. But I'm glad it's for you. We're comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're so
Yes.
comfortable. We're family.
For those that don't know Emily, she's a professional stand-up comedian, but also we did improv together in
Yes,
college.
we did. On this team.
Yeah,
Rich
and
Gets
that-
Comedy.
You might think we knew what was going on, but JJ just happened to wear that shirt.
When you wore that, I was like, oh, that's very
That's
fortuitous.
perfect.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. So you guys ready?
Yeah. I mean,
think.
can I just like look at your TikTok and steal your joke?
Oh, those TikToks are popping, so people will know
Popping
they're mine.
off. Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
So many views.
Frick.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Your 15 minutes starts now.
Okay. I'm
All
gonna.
right.
You
May
get
the
out of here. We'll
funniest
start
guy.
writing.
Know that this really defines who you are as a comedian.
Oh crap.
And as a human.
Yes. Thank you for being here, Emily. Thank you.
All right, while they're prepping their sets, let's cut out to Tat Mori for This Day in History. Thanks, guys, and good luck. It's a great day because 13 years ago, on August 6th, 2008, the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants 2 was released in theaters. So I've just taken off my favorite pair of jeans, and I'm sending them straight in the mail to both of you. They fit perfectly for anyone who is a 3630. And I'm in the beautiful nation of Turkey today, which of course is a location that Blake Lively's character briefly visits in the film. This has been Tat Mori reporting for your third favorite podcast. Thanks, Tat. All right, so the contestants have been given 15 minutes each to prep their sets, and we have renovated the garage into a comedy club. So through a random coin toss, we have selected that Joshua James will be the first contestant performing stand-up. Joshua, the floor is yours.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you. I can't say I was expecting this. I was very surprised. Good to see you, Emily. Thank you for coming all the way from LA out to insert my in-laws address right here. So you may or may not know I'm married. Trying to be a better husband. Specifically in the compliment department. Right. Kita, happy marriage is compliments. Your wife has to know you love her, you care about her. But I think I'm not doing very well when it comes to the compliments because I think sometimes I compliment my wife in the way that I want to be complimented. So Brenna's been working out a lot, and I'm like, oh, babe, those arms are looking so buff. And I learned very fast, ladies don't like being told that they have big arms. And Brenna, I want to tell you right now, when you see this on YouTube, your arms are not big. Your arms are perfect. I don't think that about you. But so I'm not good at giving compliments. And then sometimes I give her compliments like a horny man thinks that a wife wants to be complimented, which is like, oh, babe, you are filling that dress tremendously. But she cuts right through that. She's like, I see you're saying that because you want something later, not because you actually think that. So what I've realized, compliments for my wife, and I think women in general, they got to be specific. They got to be more specific. And in that, I see the appeal of a gay best friend. I really do, because gay men tend to give specific compliments. So a couple months ago, Brenna needed new sunglasses. We go to the sunglasses hut, and the guy who lets us in, his name is Roman. Roman lets us in. He's tall. He's skinny. It's very skinny jeans, very skinny shirt, and he says, "How y'all doing? It's good to see you guys." Now, that's not a stereotypical gay voice. That is Roman. That's how Roman sounded. Please don't cancel me. That's how Roman sounded. And I wrote down his name after this interaction. I was like, this is a good guy. I got to remember this guy. But Roman welcomes us in, and Brenna starts trying on sunglasses, and Roman says, "Let me know if you need any help." She puts on a pair of sunglasses, and Roman off to the side says, "Girl, that tortoise shell really compliments your brown hair." I'm like, okay, Roman, that's specific. She tries on another one. "The shape of those frames really compliment your head shape, girl." And I'm off to the side, like, I gotta jump in. I gotta say something. I'm like, "Yeah, Brent, I like your square head." doesn't work at all. And so I realized I'm trying to compete with a gay man for my wife's affection. And I don't know why I'm doing this. There's no world in which the two of them end up together, because my wife is very faithful to me, and Roman is not interested in anyone of Brenna's gender. So anyways, long story short, I've got a gay best friend sign up in the back. So if you're gay, please sign up. I need some very specific compliments for myself. Hey, thank you so much. That's my time. I appreciate
it. Wow, that was very impressive, Josh. I would like to emphasize this. They had 15 minutes to do this. If I was watching this, I would not necessarily believe that you only had 15 minutes. Your delivery was excellent. Okay, next up, we have J.J. Carroll.
Hey, everybody. How we doing tonight?
Yeah.
What a great venue. This is the first time I've done stand-up in a garage. I will say that. Wow. So fun. Wow. It is great to be here tonight. And I got to say, it's actually kind of a miracle that I'm actually with you tonight. And what I mean by that is I'm a post-vasectomy baby. That is a 100% true story. So, yeah, I made the cut. And, you know, I was talking to my parents about this because we're very open in our family, very open. So I've known since I was 2 that I was not planned. They said that when my mom found out that she was pregnant, that they were like, oh, gosh, you know, the first name that came to mind was either Tracy if it was a girl or Trace if it was a boy. And I was like, oh, my gosh, that's such a cool name. And my family, grew up in a Christian home, and I'm like, that is a very thoughtful name. Like, what's the biblical meaning behind it? And my mom said, well, there was just a trace left in there. So So there's that. That is a 100% true story. So anyways, I am the youngest of 5. I have 4 older sisters, so I definitely don't need any attention at all, and that's why I am here tonight. And so, I was always angry, that my parents didn't make more money. Like my cousins, like they always had like the coolest clothes, coolest things, and I was stuck in wind pants and JCPenney graphic tees. But now I get it. 5 kids. I mean, that's a lot. And the fact that my parents even got through that's a miracle in itself. And because I'm a grown man and I can barely feed myself without breaking the bank. Anyways, my sisters, they are all like absolutely amazing at sports, like star athletes. They were all like great volleyball players. My dad, he's in the National High School Coaches Hall of Fame, one of the best volleyball coaches in Billings, Montana.
Woo!
And I know. And here comes the first boy, and my dad was king of sports. And of course, you would think that by my size and my stature and the genetics from my dad and the rest of my family that I might be great at sports. The complete opposite. Not a athletic bone in my body. But I will say, I mean, I did one sport, and I was decent. Emphasis on decent. I was a swimmer in high school. Swam for 2 years in high school. I was team captain my senior year. No big deal. And I remember I was so excited because I placed at state swimming my senior year. And it was in the coolest way ever. We had a swim off, and we tied exactly. We had to do a swim off, same race again. I PR'd again to win, and I was on a high. Let me tell you what, I was on a high. I got a write-up in the Billings, Montana Billings Gazette for Athlete of the Week. I got my picture in there and everything, and I was on a high for about 2 days until I remembered that I got 12th place. And I ended up with strep throat from the pool. So, I don't really know who the winner is in this situation. But I moved out to L.A. About 10 years ago for film school. Yeah. I mean, if you can really call it L.A. I went to Biola University, smack dab in the middle of La Mirada. And let me tell you, in the application process, they pitch it. They're like, L.A., we are so close to L.A. We're so close to the beach. We're so close to Disneyland. You're going to be there all the time. In my mind, I think that I'm going to be up there every weekend, maybe bumping elbows with Frankie Muniz. It's a hard no. L.A. has always been very mystical to me. Growing up in Billings, Montana, you think L.A., you think the stars, the lights, everything. First time I went onto Hollywood Boulevard, I saw a homeless man taking a dump right next to one of the stars, and so that was very interesting. First time I was ever in L.A. It was for a mission trip. It was a classic white Montana church coming down, and we did some amazing work. Let me tell you, we did amazing work. We passed out tracts in the park. We gave some hygiene kits away, and you know what? To end it all off, we ended to just to celebrate our great work with a trip to Magic Mountain. And then the last night of the trip, we're also at it. We went to Buca de Beppo because, why wouldn't you go to Buca de Beppo? We're all celebrating, reminiscing. Some of us are still a little sick from Goliath, from the G-force. But we're having a great time. And our server, it's like, I mean, this guy looks like he's an actor. He looks like he's an actor. We get talking. We're getting a little chummy with him. And he's like, yeah, I was in a bit part in 24. My mind was blown. I was like, I am seeing an actor right now. I'm a freshman in high school at this point, and I'm like, this guy is so cool. We all take a picture with him. We're all like, I found him on Facebook, and I added him because I was like, you know what? I need to have a connection for when I come out here. This guy, he's going to remember me from the Buca de Beppo. And, I wonder if he's still here. So, who knows? That's my time. Yes! Thank you so much. I've been JJ Kill.
All right, the garage has been set back to normal, and I just want to say very sincerely, I'm very impressed with you both. Whoever wins this competition, I think you both won in our hearts.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I legitimately laughed at both of your sets. So
thank you for saying that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was truly incredible, guys. Do you still have the jitters from all that?
I'm coming down a little bit.
Yeah.
But for within the first couple minutes after, I was like, I just did that.
Yeah. I definitely have a lot more respect for you because
Yes.
I'm here in front of 5 other people who really want me to do well, and I know that's not always the case for you, but
Yeah, no, there's always at least 5 people in the room who want you to do well.
yeah, but it's just when the room is like 100.
We luckily didn't have 25 who wanted to kill us.
Yeah. Normally,
because they wanted the time.
Yeah, normally, yeah. I'm like, oh, they want me to die.
Yeah.
No, I feel like you never lose that. Like you always kind of feel a little bit nervous, like, or you get that rush, or you'll do a show and you'll get that feeling again.
Yeah.
It doesn't entirely go away.
Yeah. I mean, I even felt that with improv too. Like when because we were all on an improv team together right here. I think we already said that. I don't know. My mind is racing. But
well, I do have one question. If you could clear up, I don't know if this is a misconception or if it's true. Have you ever had a tomato thrown at you? Or is that just in old-timey movies?
I have never had a tomato thrown at me.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever had anything thrown at me. I've had a drunk woman give me notes after shows. Yeah, she goes, no,
she
literally.
made more juicy.
She goes, you're too pretty to talk about dating.
You should be married already. You should be married for years
Yeah,
already.
and like, mind you, we're in a small basement like theater, and everyone can hear her as the next comedian
oh
is
my
going
gosh,
on.
that is so embarrassing.
And she's
He
like-
did great, and he just one note.
Yeah, and then I look at her and I go, okay, and then she goes, oh, you're not listening to me?
Have you had a heckler?
Of course. Oh my God.
I'm sure all the time.
Yeah, but you just do the classic, like if they're in the back, they're like, boo, you suck, and you're like, Dad. Like that's like the classic
I'm
one.
sure that kills.
Dad,
you shouldn't
be here.
Yeah. And be like, I didn't vote for you. Like you just say like, you have your things that sometimes hecklers are the best thing to happen to a show because then you can kind of just relax and just riff, on it. And then suddenly we all have like solidarity because we hate that one person.
Yeah, you have a common enemy.
Mhm, exactly.
Great.
Yeah. So it's kind of more fun. But I do have notes for
Please.
you guys. I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk back in the room.
You just so good. Just one thing.
Yeah, just go, you guys are both too pretty to talk about. Josh, you should too pretty to talk about your wife. You should be out there. Okay, well, Josh, I'll start with you.
Thank you.
Oh wow, you were incredible. I was
Yes.
truly
you.
impressed,
Very.
but not impressed because I know you're so funny. So it's not that surprising. But I was like, you had killer like setups and punchlines.
Thank
you.
you.
It was very structured. You could tell that you understand stand up, and that made sense. And you had like a theme throughout, which is very impressive that you wrote that in 15 minutes. It's incredible.
Thank you.
I think he already had it written. What do you think?
I remember the story because when that happened to me, I was like, if I ever do stand up one day, this is a funny thing that happened.
Oh my God. Wait, Roman was my favorite. That is
Roman
really
was
good.
Logan was
great.
my favorite.
Yeah.
He sold us on the glasses we bought for Brenna. Yeah,
How
we
much?
got-
Brenna
how
and
much
her
were they?
square head.
How much are the
Oh.
glasses? How much were the glasses?
Brenna. Okay, I'll just say I won't be embarrassed. They were $10,000. No, they're like
I'm not embarrassed.
they're like $250.
Yeah, that's a good
Because
one.
one
you
time
know,
I bought
well,
Brenna a pair of glasses and they were $20, and they just broke immediately.
Hey,
so we're like,
hey,
let's get you a nice
Buy
pair.
nice, not twice. That's
Yeah.
my motto.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why
So-
you wear such nice things.
That's why I bought a Peloton.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Why didn't you talk about
No,
that?
He's got a Peloton.
Well, because that's
That
later
is
in my
trendy.
set.
I really like that you were politically correct with your, because you did a gay voice, right? And then some people could be offended, right? And
Yeah.
rightly so. I would have backed them. I would have gone to the protest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then you're like, oh no, this isn't my impression of gay people. This is my impression of Roman. And so suddenly you made it okay.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, in stand up, it's very finding that line of like, it's still funny. I'm gonna make something funny, but I'm also gonna be in tune with like what's going on in culture.
Knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was like really fun. So thank you for that. I will say this too. A little like what was fun to notice was at first you were kind of stuttering a little bit.
Yes.
You were, but that went away after about 20 seconds. Like not even. I bet you 15 seconds, which is incredible. So it's almost like for your first time doing stand-up, you wrote in 15 minutes, you only were visibly nervous to the audience for about 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it, you completely forgot. I only remembered because I wrote, stuttered like an idiot.
For those first 15
I
seconds,
counted.
I was like, I'm gonna
take
win.
2, 3, 4.
She's
5.
already given the points to JJ. Like, nope, nothing can be worse than this.
Yeah, I was like deducting by
then it
seconds.
turned.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good to know, though. That's
Yeah, it was
helpful.
really really well done.
Thank
well
you.
done.
It did feel very professional, Josh.
I appreciate that.
That was
And I-
it was very good.
I appreciate the feedback, and
Yeah.
please feel free to roast me if there's anything else that you've written. You seem like you're having a hard time with that cup.
I'm muzzling this dog. I'm like,
Wow, Babbling Brook.
yeah, that's how I made money during quarantine. I think. Just
ASMR.
ASMR.
time to wake up and do nothing. JJ, you immediately reminded me. Okay. You immediately reminded me of like a comedian on Johnny Carson in like the 70s.
Wow.
Like a
Okay.
very, like you would be like a Steve Martin of sorts. Like you
Yeah.
come out in like a blue suit and you're like, people, how are we doing tonight? No one says anything. Great, great, great. Like, the show is for you. You know? And then you immediately come out with like puns. But you said a double vasectomy. I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Oh, vasect.
Like you, like the egg, like no more baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got through it.
My dad,
Okay, so yeah, that's funny. So then you said you said
made the
something.
cut.
You made the cut. See,
Yeah.
that was good.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it's a cut.
that was
good
it.
wordplay.
You made the
That
cut.
was it.
Yeah.
I was very impressed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, like if
That's
you
a
would
double joke.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a double. That's just a joke, actually.
Emily, I
And
don't.
my poor dad
That's a
had to
dick.
go under the knife twice.
Yeah.
That's a joke in itself.
God.
Gosh.
Yeah. If it was 5 minutes of puns, I'd be like, get him out of here. Like, I can't handle a pun, but they're fun. But it was very like you got that old school vibe to me of like the performers that we
That's-
love. You're very
that's so true.
nostalgic performer.
That is so true.
Yeah. Okay. I love that you, what you were saying sometimes, which I forget, is when an audience is not laughing, it doesn't mean they hate you. It could mean what you're saying is really interesting. I always forget that. I'm like, I'm on stage. I'm like, I haven't gotten a laugh in 4 seconds. They hate me. And then people are like, no, we're literally staring at you, wanting to do your best. And we're actually listening to what you're saying.
Yeah.
And when you were talking about a missions trip to LA, I was like, no, like I could hear about that
Yeah.
for so long. And then you had time to go to Magic Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
Like how much of the day was actually
Most
the
of
mission?
the money, I'm sure,
you
was
know,
spent on Magic Mountain.
We did 4 days in Hollywood, and then we did the last day at Magic Mountain and Buca de Beps.
Wait, it's actually very cool, like because you worked with like homeless outreach programs, or like so that's actually
Yeah.
pretty neat.
Yeah.
So I was like thinking about that. I'm like, oh, what a good person, but also very confused about. So I feel like you like threw in so many like I'm gonna like pizza burp into this mic right
It's okay.
now.
Do your thing.
Oh my god.
Okay,
We'll bleep
we'll
it.
stand away.
Oh my god, the dog is
The Cocker
spitting.
Spaniel.
You can pizza burp, but don't pour water on
Also,
it. Okay.
could you imagine if my hair did this, just like flat out, like with like.
I think there's some shampoo that can help with that.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, you were again, I would just want to emphasize that nostalgic performer, like very unique, would stand out at a show. And like you have so much to do like physicality wise on a stage. You were very limited tonight, right? You were restricted.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you need like a Britney Spears mic and
Oh,
then 10
yeah.
water like Robin Williams
Yes.
water bottles on stage so you can like throw them around at
And a
people.
deck of cards
Yeah.
for magic.
I'm a magical comedian. That's so funny. But yeah, I was but also I know you're so funny. You're one of the funniest people I know. So, and
it.
I've
You
been
make him cry.
Yeah, I've been waiting for you to do that for 7 years.
I know. We literally talked about
In college.
It's been 7 years.
Maybe 2015.
That's
Was that
crazy.
6 years ago?
One of the reasons I wanted to do this was because I know that I've heard you say I want to do that at some point.
I was really impressed.
gosh.
How do you want me to announce this? You would just want
Oh,
me to
gosh.
announce it? I mean, you guys, now is the time you can offer me money.
Is there anything? I'd love to hear a piece of criticism
Oh, for you.
for both of us. I
Well,
don't know.
well-
Josh, would you want that?
Yeah,
too?
I feel like there's more criticism to be had for both of us. You said about the stutter, but like you've been doing this for years.
I'll
So-
say one thing. So
Please.
for you, it'd be nerves. It's
Yeah.
just getting past the nerves and trusting yourself that you 100% know how to be on stage.
Yeah.
And that you have the structure down. So it's like the jokes are there. So you just trust the jokes.
Yeah.
Trust yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Easy.
I'll work. Trust
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
Trust yourself, Josh. I'm making this video for myself so I can watch
Yeah.
it later.
Trust
Yeah.
yourself, Josh.
Okay. But you
yourself.
don't want to block me.
Oh, that's true. Sorry.
yeah, that's important. I'm
Yeah,
the
sorry.
center.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Hello. I'm so shy.
All right,
Yeah.
now roast JJ because
yeah.
my feelings are hurt and I don't want to be the only
Remember when Matt was like, "Do you want to be on camera?"
So shy.
I'm not ready.
Shy Emily. That's what we always called her.
Me
I
on
am
camera.
sweating underneath this jumpsuit. Corduroy was a bad choice. JJ, oh my God. I think you are one of the funniest people I know, and I think sometimes you don't trust your voice because you are afraid of something. There's this tiny little door. There's this tiny little door that's probably like right here in your throat. And it's always like, stupid idea, stupid. And then there's like a little guy that lives in your brain. He's like, no. And then there's like a drag queen over here that lives over here. And she's like, go for it, buddy. And then he's like, no, we're not ready. No, get out of here.
So harness the drag queen. Harness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's great.
I think so. It's another thing. It's more just like,
Yeah.
I think trust your story. I think
Yeah.
you're so interesting. I think you are a mystery of a man. And I think that
Wow. Okay.
I start drooling. I think you are.
Do I need to leave?
You are the Humphrey
leave.
Bogart of mics. Okay, so we are sweaty. We are here, and now's the time to announce the winner of the stand-up special, the 3-minute special.
And can I just say, I feel like we're both winners.
I fully agree.
Even if it wasn't like as funny as Emily's stand-up, which if you go right here, you'll see Emily Browntown. You can follow her on Instagram and on TikTok. We'll also put the links in the description. May not be as funny as Emily, but we conquered a fear,
Yes.
and we had to do it. It's still there.
It's still there. Can we put her picture right here?
Yeah.
It's right here.
Why don't we go ahead and put Emily's photo over both of our faces? Hey, look, it's 3 Emilys
And
now.
here's a link to her next show. And here's a link to her Venmo.
Emily Browntown. It's the same as my Instagram.
I would like to hear each of you say what your favorite joke the other one made was.
My favorite joke the other one made.
Um,
I mean, the whole interaction, oh, you're really filling out that dress really made me laugh. Like when you were trying to
yeah.
show that you wanted to compliment her.
Yeah.
And then when you tried to get really specific, just the nice square head. So it's like just the whole full circle of just all of that. I mean,
Yeah.
it was the whole set. So it's amazing.
Thank you, sir. I really like what Emily mentioned already, the double joke, which I'm not sure if you're familiar. It's a comedic term. The double joke is like a joke that, there's multiple. That's what JJ did. Yeah. So
the
if
double joke.
you could probably use that
Double
one.
joke. Can we insert a definition?
Yeah.
Double joke.
I like just the way it started. It's like it's a miracle that I'm here. My dad had a double vasectomy. I thought it was so good, and then just the whole story about you should have been athletic, but you're not. And my whole stature, my height, you think I'd be a star or whatever. That was great.
Thank you.
And that's like what Emily said, building into who you are, which is like the tall guy who people would assume that guy's good at volleyball, that guy's good at basketball, and you're bad at both.
Yeah. Which
So-
I think is a very relatable thing for tall people is like the whole being pressured to be the basketball player and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
not. Like, what is that like?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a ton in there of people assuming you're great at things because you're tall.
Yeah.
Totally.
Thank you for having us do that, Matt. I feel
Yeah.
words of affirmation is my thing. That's what I need. So Emily, award the points.
Okay, drum roll, please. And the 400 points goes to
Oh, it's done.
Joshua James.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, JJ. You know what's funny is we hugged him. I didn't touch Emily at all.
Viola.
Well, Emily, I'm thinking maybe I'll just tonight go out and try to do it again.
Yeah, same set.
Same set, and I'm going to add 10 minutes, but I'm not going to practice.
I think that will go well.
Yeah. I would say spend 2 minutes this time writing because you're so good at writing. Just
Okay.
2 minutes.
2 minutes of writing will give me another 30 seconds, I think. Maybe 15.
And expect that for the rest of your comedy career. Just a short writing time and then perform.
Great.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do.
That's my advice.
Well, that brings us to the end of our show. We could go on for hours. I don't know if you've seen any of our other episodes, but we end every episode with an improvised song, and you did improv.
I did.
You did improv.
Oh my God.
So we're going to sing this song, and it's going to just be a reminder of everything that we've just experienced in this episode.
Oh,
That sound good?
yeah.
Sounds good.
Special.
Oh, today we had a very special episode of your third favorite podcast.
We had our friend who we knew from college come on a show called Your Third Favorite Podcast.
Surprise, surprise on your third favorite podcast. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
It's a surprise because we didn't know what was gonna happen. Matt orchestrated all of this.
And I at first thought that I'd be really pissed. But instead I wrote some stand-up with my pal JJ and it went decent.
Surprise, 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 surprise. I surprised everyone with my surprise.
At first I thought that, well, maybe we were going to do something scary like encounter a snake.
It would wrap around my neck and kill me dead. And then I would be dead.
And then I would surprise, surprise, I'd surprise, surprise, the surprise.
I did stand up, which is something I wanted to do for 7 long years. I don't know.
Only took him 7 long years to write 4 minutes of content. 7 years well spent.
And then we were like, JJ is a surprise, surprise, surprise.
And then I crossed out something from my goals list of this year. Oh.
And I'd like to dedicate this episode to one man. His name is Roman. 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 Roman.
Surprise,
Roman.
surprise, surprise.
Your third favorite podcast is over. We hope you had fun. And now it's time to go to bed. So good night, now we're done. One more time! Your third favorite podcast is over. We hope you had fun.
We did.
And now it's time to go to bed. So good night, now we're done.
Now it's time.
And now it's time to go to bed. So good night, now we're done. Thank you so much for watching.
And liking.
And subscribing.
And
Check
following Emily.
Check out Emily in the description.
It's been up here the whole time.
We'll see you next week. Bye. Your third favorite podcast is over. We hope you had fun.
We did.
And now it's time to go to bed. Good night, now we're done.
All right, for real now. Yeah, we should be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to bed.
Okay. All right. Good show,
Wow.
everybody.
Jeez, that was
so much
killer.
fun. That was an honor.